You're listening to the Headlock Talkover podcast, where we like wrestling and we talk about wrestling with Jack and Jeremy.
Hello and welcome to the Headlock Talkover podcast, a podcast where we like wrestling and we talk about wrestling. Welcome to this episode where we will be talking after Royal Rumble 1993. And I believe that was Bret Hart's win. We watched a few Rumbles over the past few weeks. It's kind of blurred into one.
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, so have fun with that. I am Jeremy, joined as always by Jack. How are you, Mr. Hat Man?
Fine.
Good. What we're going to do?
Is that the best you had?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, we're on fire.
This is going to be it.
What we are going to do, as it is the new year, we have come up with 5, or in my case 6, in your case 7.
I've got 8.
You've got 8. You've added one since we've last spoken.
Yeah.
Predictions for 2025 is what we're going to do. Since you've got 2 more than me, you might as well go first. Jack hasn't ordered his. Mine, I think, are in order of like hot take controversialness.
Most likely to happen to really out there.
Pretty much,
Right,
yeah. And even then, the first ones, it could very well not happen.
Yeah.
So, what you got for me?
Nick Aldis is going to have a match.
I can definitely see this happening.
Yeah, and I would very much like it to be Survivor Series and Team Aldis versus Team Pierce.
Ooh, okay.
I can see it happening. If not, another match. Maybe Styles' last match.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to pitch Styles because he had the last TNA match. So.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I think it'll happen. He's still in ring shape by the looks of him.
We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I think they're teeing up for it. I don't know if Pierce would be cleared, though. That's the only thing. I imagine he is, because he's not old. He's in his 40s, I think, Adam Pierce, so he can go. There's definitely older people than him on the roster ready to go.
At this point, I don't think that many people watching are familiar with Adam Pierce or Nick Aldis as wrestlers.
Adam Pierce was very prominent during the ROH peak, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then Aldis kind of been all over the place, but most known in TNA.
Yeah, TNA.
He did some
and
NWA stuff, yeah.
But it would be more a spectacle, I think, those two.
Yeah.
Which I'd watch it.
Yeah, I think having the Survivor Series 5-on-5 would be better than a 1-on-1 match between them. Aldis versus Styles would be great on its own, but if Pierce is getting involved, I think the 5x5 would be the best way to go.
It makes sense for the brand split as well.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, my first one is that one Obafemi will break Adam Cole's record as the longest NXT champion. Now, for this to come true, it has to stretch into 2026 because Adam Cole's record is 402 days as NXT champion.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That I looked it up earlier before I made the prediction. He'd have to be NXT champion for more than 402 days. And I think he'll do it.
Yeah, I can see it. Either that or it'll be a really short title reign and he'll go straight up to main.
Or he'll just turn up at the Rumble.
Yeah.
And he won't even get the title at all. It's going to be one of those. And I hope he gets that long reign just to really develop that character. So I'm hoping for this as well. And yeah, for him to break the record would be really fucking good, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
Mm-hmm. What else you got for me?
Sheamus wins the IC title.
Oh, yes.
I'm saying it because I want it out there and I want to manifest it. He deserves it.
Yeah.
I don't care if he holds it for a day and then drops it.
Give him the Zack Ryder treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I initially wanted was Ludwig to hold the IC. So Ludwig beats Braun. And then... No, that's not what I wanted.
No.
What I wanted was Sheamus to beat Braun. And then Ludwig takes it off him. And that retires Sheamus.
Yeah.
And that way you make a star out of Ludwig.
That would be cool. Well, Ludwig is really climbing up the ramps. You seem to... I'm going to have to start giving you a nameplate of like Jack the Seer because you seem to be predicting this better than I am in terms of anything that's going on.
I mean, anyone with two sets of eyes.
Two sets of eyes.
I've
got 2 sets of eyes.
I haven't even got a set of eyes. Like, anyone with an eye...
I've got 4 times as many eyes as you.
Can see that Ludwig's a star.
Yeah.
He was just waiting to break out, and I think this year might be a good year for him.
Yeah, absolutely. So next on my list of predictions is the only one on here that I well, one of two that I don't want to happen, but I think will happen. And I'm not hedging my bets because I'm going for a collective here. Mm-hmm. And that's that at least one member from LWO, Legado del Fantasma, the Wyatt Six, and the Final Testament will get released. At least one member of each will get released during the course of the year.
Yeah. Final Testament.
That's the tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, it would have to be AOP.
Yeah,
if
AOP,
it's going to
because
be.
I doubt it would be Cross.
Yeah.
They really want him to do well, and he's struggling.
Yeah, I know.
It's such a shame because he did so well in NXT. I was a big fan of what he did in NXT.
Yeah, just for some reason, just he's missing something.
I blame Vince and that fucking leather mask.
For making him a gimp, yeah. Yeah.
That's all it comes down to, I think.
Wyatt Six would be Gacy,
Could be Loomis.
I guess. No.
Really?
Loomis is the breakout star.
You think?
Oh, yeah. That look
Well, yeah.
is so magnetic. Whenever he's on screen, it's just like, look at that guy.
Yeah, Gacy. Probably won't be Rowan, purely out of loyalty's sake.
Yeah.
Won't be Nikki.
No.
And it won't be Bo.
No. So
Yeah, I think you're right. If anyone, it's going to be Joe.
who else did you say? LWO?
Yeah, and Legado del Fantasma. That's so. But essentially,
I thought
one
they
of
were the
each
same.
side.
Yeah, I thought they were the same thing.
I don't think they are. It's this Latino mid card hell that they've built.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, Angel Garza. Yeah, he's still employed. I know you.
I'm trying to remember the others. There's Garza. There's Humberto.
Oh yeah, Humberto. I don't even know if they're on the same team.
And then
they've had so many switches and betrayals. I don't know who's on which side anymore.
And then there was, I can't remember his name, but he was DJ Z in TNA.
Oh, yeah, it's gone.
Yeah,
I cannot remember.
No, and then his partner.
Yeah, exactly. And
Is his partner's the one that gets fired off the middle rope?
Oh yeah,
Is it? I
yeah.
think.
It just won't be Santos and it won't be Ray
No.
because yeah, those two are nailed on for the roster. So, and yeah, that's what I think will happen over the course of the year. They've been good with releases lately, but this is a business. We know how they tend to operate, even with the big money they're making at the moment with the new deal and all the sponsors. I still think
There was that thing that came out a while ago, wasn't it, where that if you weren't progressing at the rate that they wanted you to, they were just going to cut their losses and release. So they haven't done a load of releases.
No, it was
Since
just
then-
that Shelton and Ziggler little purge, wasn't it? Shelton, Ziggler and Jinder, I think they were all the same time.
There was that NXT releases where they cut a load of people, like Von Wagner, if you remember him.
NXT makes more sense, though, because obviously it's developmental. If you've brought them to the main roster, you've got something, and you see something. So to cut your losses, particularly if it's that quick, I think that's a shame. And all of those teams are really just middling with nowhere to go.
The fact that we couldn't name them either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, says a lot, really.
It says a lot. All right, what's your next one?
EO wins the Rumble.
Do you think, oh, okay. I hadn't considered EO to win the Rumble, you know. I haven't considered too much as to who's going to win the Rumble, because I think our next episode will be our predictions.
Right, okay.
So we'll have a couple of weeks to think it over.
Well,
you've made yours.
There's my prediction.
We'll see what changes, because you never know.
Yeah.
You never know what could happen. Next up, I've just written TNA for a very vague reason, so you don't quite twig what I'm getting to here. I think the relationship between WWE and TNA will crumble.
Right.
Because WWE is poaching all of their biggest stars, and they're going to get sick of
Yeah.
it. Jordan's going, Hendry's going, Josh Alexander's probably going. So
Yeah, it's a weird relationship, wasn't it? It's hard to see what TNA were getting out of it.
yeah, I think just the odd WWE star going over, like what was her name? Tatum Paxley. She went over there for a little while.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And then NXT were sending like Jordan Grace, and
Yeah.
Joe Hendry over, and it was like, what? I mean, yeah, I get it, but
The idea, I think, was to get eyes on the TNA product, and I don't think it's really worked.
I don't think it will crumble. until Styles appears on TNA.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't already, to be honest with you. I thought that was like written in the stars, that was what was going to happen. Styles would turn up, maybe even win the TNA championship one more time.
Maybe.
Because he's an original TNA member. He was there on their first shows.
Well, he was, you could argue, the original.
Yeah.
Like, the original homegrown TNA talent. When you think of TNA, I think of Styles, like, immediately.
Yeah.
But that's because I was watching around the time where he was all over it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's my favourite wrestler, and it's because of his work in TNA that he's my favourite wrestler.
Yeah.
So, couldn't agree with you more. Since you've got 8, you want to give us 2? Balance things out.
Oh, right, okay. CM Punk's going to hold the WWE title.
Specifically the WWE title. Okay.
By the end of the year.
Who do you think he's taking off? Cody?
I don't know, but he's holding it. I think he'll hold it as a heel as well.
Oh, yeah. I think Punk needs that heel run now.
Yeah, and it'll be fantastic.
I think he's really teeing up for it with this Heyman thing. I think whatever this Heyman favour is going to be, it's going to turn Punk heel.
Mm-hmm.
And
he might take it off
spicy.
Drew. Drew might take it off Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
We'll get to that in the news, because there's Drew and Cody stuff we need to discuss, because
Okay.
I'm still a bit confused about that anyway. Give us one more then.
Roman Reigns will officially retire.
Okay.
I think.
You think it's going to be a planned retirement?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
What do you think they're going to do?
I don't know. The Reigns character that they have now, I don't think it has legs to carry on going the way it's going. And Roman has very well documented health issues, and I think he's smart, like Roman, and he's probably smart to know I've done all I can, and he will officially retire from full-time in-ring. Maybe like a sort of Undertaker schedule once, twice a year, maybe.
But he's also smart enough to leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
Because that's what we got with Austin, for instance. That's what we got with Rock.
Exactly.
I think he's smart enough to know that you're leaving wanting more. So
and
that's very possible.
They both retired with more left in the tank as well.
They were pretty much on top, both of them, when they retired.
I mean, Austin's was mainly injuries.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you know what?
Still.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we briefly spoke about this because you had questions, because I literally just wrote the word flair. And you were like, is that Rick? Is that Charlotte? What's going on here? I'm going to tell you it's Rick.
Oh.
Yeah. Ric Flair will have a wrestling match in AEW.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's probably going to happen.
Oh, against who? Jarrett.
You could do a lot worse than Jarrett.
Yeah.
John Moxley. Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me.
Nothing would.
It would not surprise me.
Who would Flair want to give like the rub to?
No one.
Who would he want? Who would he want of that? Ospreay.
Charlotte.
Yeah. In AEW.
Ric Flair puts over Charlotte in his last match. Yeah.
In a different company. No.
Oh God, yeah.
Ospreay could do it.
Oh, could you imagine Darby Allin?
Yes. I'm trying to picture Ric Flair taking a Stormbreaker, to be honest with you. That's what's in my head right now.
MJF?
MJF would be great, actually. The promos those two would have as well.
Lethal.
Yeah. I mean, we've done that. Yeah, Flair versus MJF would be brilliant, actually. MJF could carry both aspects of that.
Oh, God. I don't want to think about it. Mm-hmm. He nearly died in his last match.
Yes, but in a recent interview, he said he's got one more match in him. So we'll fucking see what happens, I guess.
I mean, we saw Kendo Nagasaki wrestle at 83 years old.
This is true. This is true.
Wrestle at 83.
Yeah, I was going to say wrestle's a stretch, but there you go. What is your next one?
Christian and Cope.
CNC.
Yeah, will win the AEW tag titles.
All right. So I'm assuming you think that neither of them ends up winning the World Championship because they're both in that sort of range at the moment.
I didn't think that much about it, to be honest. Fair enough. I think that there'll be a nostalgia tag title run.
Tony will want it.
Yeah.
maybe convince the Hardys to come over for a one-off because they're both contracted to TNA right now.
Oh, they are, aren't they? Oh. No.
And the Dudleys ain't going to do shit. But that would literally be WWE because Bubba's essentially a WWE man right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hardy's in TNA and then Edge and Christian in AEW. That's like the weirdest forbidden door ever.
Yeah. But I think that they'll hold it and they'll have a run. Maybe drop it to some young up-and-comers, maybe the Outrunners.
Okay. Yeah. He's got to love those young up-and-comers.
Put over a new team.
I'd like to see him face the Guns.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah.
Particularly since they had a fair few feuds with the New Age Outlaws, I'm pretty sure.
I was just trying to place that in my head.
I think we've covered their matches before. I think they were at Unforgiven 1999, an episode that we did earlier.
Sounds about right.
I think they faced each other there. So there you go. Okay. So my final two are where it gets a little bit more wild. And this one where I've just written Gunther is purely because it's a step-by-step prediction. There's a few parts to this.
Right.
So Gunther will lose the World Heavyweight Championship at or before WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Gunther will become Mr. Money in the Bank.
Right.
And Gunther will cash in on John Cena.
Oh my God.
That's a timeline of events for you. So John Cena wins it, maybe even on the same night Gunther cashes in. So if he gets the 17 and then that's it. It might be in December as well.
I don't know if Gunther's the type of character that would work with the Money in the Bank because the ring is sacred, isn't it? I don't know. Unless it's a change of character for him.
I don't know if he'd be the type to call his shot or not. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the only thing to consider is whether Gunther would call his shot beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for this to work, he can't be the kind of person to call his shot.
That's a good one, though. I'd like to see
it. I was thinking about it. Literally, as I was doing it, I was like, Gunther should be Money in the Bank. He's got to lose the title before that. But who does he cash in on? And then the light bulb just went off. I was like, Cena 17, and then loses it immediately.
Yeah. I thought Dom could win the Money in the Bank.
Dom would be great with the briefcase.
And then loses the cash in.
Yeah. He's a future world champion, though, I think. Purely because of the reaction he gets.
Yeah. He's got something, hasn't he?
Yeah. And all it took for him was to beat up his own dad.
Amazing.
If you're watching at home and you want to be famous, just beat up your dad. That'll do it.
Don't do that. don't do that.
Okay, what have you got next?
John Moxley will lose the AEW title to Eddie Kingston.
Ooh, okay. I'm all for this. Do you think there's going to be quite a decent build-up? You think Moxley's going to have the belt for a while?
I'm not sure, because I don't watch AEW that much. I don't know what they're doing.
I can tell you they're just lining up challenges at this point.
Right.
Like 3 at a time. They're just throwing people at Moxley to take back the soul of AEW.
Okay. Last time I watched it, has he still got the belt in a bag?
Not that I recall, no.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if they're just doing that, they could just line up Eddie. Mm-hmm. If he could do a I've beaten all challengers kind of thing, and then Eddie comes out with a microphone, I can almost guarantee you'd get one promo between those two and you'd be invested.
Absolutely. And more than one F-bomb will be dropped.
A lot of history there that they can play off. And we've said multiple times, AEW do really good at like that really visceral, like personal storylines.
Where it's a shoot, essentially.
Yeah.
That's the one thing they are good at 100%.
And those two could...
Oh,
I think it'd be amazing.
Yeah. Kingston, I've never seen a promo for him where it doesn't feel like a shoot.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a Kingston promo that isn't like that. Okay. And my final prediction for 2025, what I consider my most controversial prediction, is that Logan Paul will win the World Heavyweight Championship. I know. I was waiting for the head shake. I knew it was coming. Raw is on Netflix. Mm-hmm. Netflix needs faces on this product. Mm-hmm. Who better than Logan Paul? To
so
bring
many people.
Lots of new fans
so
to the product.
many people. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's my only justification. I really don't think it'll happen. In the back of my mind, I'm like, don't want it. Logan Paul's good in the ring, but he's not that guy. But I think they will make it happen because of like the star power that Logan Paul has. As soon as he joined the company, he was bringing many new faces in.
Yeah.
Why not put the main belt on him? And that's the Raw belt as well.
And he can wear the belt on ventures outside of WWE.
Precisely.
And exactly what he did with the US title.
Mm-hmm. We can move him up and make him that star. It might only be a brief run, but I think it would be enough.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't, but do it so I can win. You got one more? Or we all have?
Yeah, no, I got one more.
Okay.
I think cinematic matches will return for Netflix.
Oh, I hope you're right.
And I also think someone will get killed off in wrestling, in canon. They will kill someone off as part of a storyline.
Who did they do that to?
In TNA?
Yeah, it was TNA, wasn't it?
Was it Eric Young?
Yes, it was Eric Young.
Got stabbed or something.
And then just came back.
Yeah, I think that'll happen. There'll be a proper soap opera-esque storyline where someone dies.
Absolutely ridiculous. But I really want cinematic matches to come back.
Yeah.
It's a really good opportunity to show what they can do without the pressure of being live. Like, obviously, that's what wrestling is. That's the appeal. Is that it's a live acrobatic show with a story on in most cases. It's got the story.
Yeah.
So to have that, not out of necessity, which is where it stemmed from in the first place, but to actually have that happen.
They've done They've done a couple of things that have, I think, maybe previewed it, like promo-wise. There was that stadium promo with Cody and Roman.
Oh yeah, loved that.
That was really good. And then they did the sit-down meet with... it was Roman, Heyman, and Punk, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like stuff like that. If I said to you when we watched those, I was like, if that's a preview for WWE on Netflix, we're in for a treat because they were amazing.
And what's great is The Rock can slot into that so easily, and have maybe even more matches in that sort of context.
Yeah,
because it would be easier on his body. He can do it around whatever schedule he has without having to appear live in certain places.
Yep.
A lot of potential for that to happen, so I really, really hope you're right. So that's our predictions for 2025. We'll recap this in a year's time and see how fucking wrong we were. I don't have a lot of news. Raw was teeing up the Netflix episode, so not a lot happened. Dynamite, nothing happened. NXT, not a lot happened. SmackDown, on the other hand, quite a bit happened. Just for the record, well, we are recording this just before the Netflix episode, but we're releasing it afterwards, so we don't know what happened, and do with that what you will. Okay, SmackDown. What time is it, Jack?
It's Tiffy time.
Oh, that's what I've got as well. Yes, Tiffany Stratton finally cashed in her Money in the Bank contract to become the new Women's World Champion. Not World Champion, Women's Champion.
Big
World
pop.
Champions, yeah.
Big pop.
She's always been popular ever since she came up from NXT. And I think it was the Elimination Chamber that really showed how popular she was.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
The crowd really got behind her there.
Absolutely loved her at that show. And I can see why. She's incredibly talented, charismatic, and young. So there's a lot of mileage in what they can do with her as well. Because I think she's 26, 27.
It's ridiculous. So depressing.
Yeah, isn't it just?
So depressing.
Her and Rhea Ripley both under 30. Ridiculous, isn't it? I hate it.
Oh, what have I done with my life?
Not wrestled. That's the answer. But yeah, I'm so glad she got the opportunity. I'm glad the cash-in didn't fail, because I was so worried that was going to happen, particularly with Nia Jax being the main target. But during a match, it was Naomi, wasn't it? I think...
Yeah,
it
was, wasn't it?
But I think after the match, there was a slight brawl. Tiffany hit Nia with the briefcase while she was going up for the Annihilator on Bianca Belair. Bianca impressively hits Nia with a KOD.
I was going to say that
Jesus.
That seems to have got lost in the shuffle with Tiffany winning, but that was impressive, to say the least.
Yep. Tiffany intercepts Bianca. does the BME and becomes women's champion, and probably going to hold it till Mania, I
Isn't
reckon.
it the PME?
Oh, PME, yeah. I'm still back in 2005 TNA. That's what it is. Yeah, very happy for her. I wanted her to win Money in the Bank at the beginning of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Glad she did it. Glad she's won a title. Let's see what she can do.
Long reign.
Yeah, let's hope so. This will really show what she can do, because she's good at promos. She's not great at promos. And I think this could really give her the spotlight to show what she can do on that stage. We had a weird segment with Cody Rhodes and, well, Kevin Owens. They kind of argued back and forth. Cody's technically not cleared to wrestle, so he wasn't going to be on the Raw episode, even though he would have been if he was cleared. Drew McIntyre comes out and gives the man a hug.
I must admit, I've not seen this segment.
Yeah, that's all it was. He gives him a hug and he walks off. And it's just utter confusion from everybody as to why Drew has hugged Cody. I saw what Drew put on Twitter, and it was that I just wanted to get a better look at that tattoo. It's funnier up close. That's what he said.
Oh, Drew's Twitter game is so good.
He is so good. It's just not fair.
He's so handsome and good.
But yeah, I think that'll become clear in the next week or two. I think maybe on the first SmackDown on Netflix it'll become apparent, because that's the time to really sort of develop these stories and get people hooked.
Maybe he hugged him and put something in his pocket. Cody's just collecting things.
Something incriminating.
He'll put it with that thing from The Rock that never got
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I forgot about
that. I haven't. It drives me mad.
Ridiculous.
It drives me mad.
Yeah. Only other thing from SmackDown is that there was some more bloodline stuff. Bloodline. That's what I said. Words are good. Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns have their match due at the Raw on Netflix to decide who is the head of the table, who gets the Ulafala. And Solo had a little promo with Paul Heyman and essentially said, if Roman wins, I will gladly give up the Ulafala and you can put it on him yourself, and I will acknowledge Roman Reigns as the tribal chief. However, when I win, you will put the Ulafala on me, and you are my wise man forever. So it really had some stakes, but it also cemented that this storyline will be fucking over as of Monday, and they can go their separate ways and get on with shit.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do.
Could go either way.
I think,
but it's such a hard match to call. If you're talking pure wrestling, Roman should win, but it's bloodline. There's going to be shenanigans on both sides.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do if this bloodline thing ends. Because Jacob's got a big future.
Oh, definitely.
Tama's got a big future.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's managed to get himself over.
Yep.
Jacob's managed to get Solo over single-handedly. Like, the crowd are chanting, I love you, Solo, along with him. It's brilliant. Solo, I can't see what he's going to do afterwards.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
Or Jimmy.
They're the two at the moment. Tonga as well.
I reckon Tonga stays in a team with Tama.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
They get that tag division going when they finally get Penta and Ray over. Because Penta's scheduled for that Monday episode, so keep an eye on that.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they've still got Hikuleo.
Yeah, he could come in. Zilla could come in.
I had a look at this. Zilla's got a match booked against Booker T in, is it Reality of Wrestling?
Not a clue.
Booker's promotion.
Oh, okay.
On the 11th, so he's... Yeah, that's not going to happen. He might eventually, I don't know.
This is we'll Booker T we're talking about. He's got connections with NXT.
Yeah, true.
He Trick Williams, one of his trainees.
Yeah,
so
true.
He could quite easily just transfer him over to NXT.
Yeah, I think Zilla will make his way over eventually.
So
but not maybe not as part of the bloodline stuff, because it's getting silly now.
Yeah, it can only go on for so long, so hopefully they wrap that up. That's all I've got for SmackDown. Is there anything else that I've missed?
CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that's coming.
They had a promo against each other.
Oh, they did on Raw, didn't they?
Ooh. That was good.
It was spicy.
I enjoyed that a lot.
They just had a lot of fun just digging at each other.
It was you took your ball and went home.
Yeah, that's like Steve Austin. Yeah,
that's a cliched trope, isn't it? Oh, but so good.
The thing that annoyed me about that is Punk recycled a joke.
Yeah.
In response to that.
What Paragon of Virtue
said
said.
It's like, you can't pull that out again. You've used it. It's not got the same effect as it did with Drew.
I still think Punk came out on top.
Yeah.
During that.
I mean, Punk's one of the greatest talkers ever, so
yeah,
he's always going to.
It's one of those where they're both right, so it's really interesting to see how
really
it's going to go. Like, it was the Punk saying, I paved the way for people like you. And he did. Punk was one of the first indie guys that they brought in. And then once they were employed, WWE went, oh, I don't know what to do with him now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and he broke the mold and climbed the card and did pave the way for people like Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan and people like that.
Yeah, he was sort of the gateway for ROH, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Essentially. There you go.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Definitely is. Anything else you can think of? Because I got nothing.
Nah, nothing.
All right, so we'll take this moment to address what's going to happen with the future of the podcast. Anybody who follows us pretty regularly knows that we watch episodes on the WWE Network. And as of now, it's impossible to access a lot of the stuff that's on the WWE Network. Namely, any WCW show. It's impossible to access in this country now. A lot of older WWE pay-per-views no longer able to get hold of. It pretty much leaves us with the big WWE shows, NXT takeovers, TNA, or any obscure Japanese shit we can get our hands on. Mm-hmm. So I think we have this episode and one more Royal Rumble episode. We have those in the bag ready to go. And then after that, we're pretty much going to reassess how we structure the podcast. More than likely, it's just us talking about wrestling. I don't think we'll be covering pay-per-views for the foreseeable future. If they add more stuff to Netflix as time goes on, that may change, but as it stands, we may be looking at a weekly format, like half-hour, 45-minute episodes where we chat shit about the week in wrestling and have a good old time. Because that's what we're here for, is a good old time. Anything else you want to add to that?
It's interesting, isn't it, how they haven't moved everything over. Like, I wonder why that is. I just find it really interesting.
It's possible that Netflix were kind of like, don't really want it.
And by keeping it more modern and not having the older ones, they can rewrite history, kind of. And
yeah,
it's easier for them to control everything now. For example, there's going to be a generation of wrestling fans that don't know who Chris Benoit is at some point because he just won't appear on any of the product.
It does feel a bit Orwellian, doesn't it?
Yeah,
a little bit. What's weird as well is the SmackDown and Raw episodes are kind of all over the place. I thought they'd put every episode on from the go. There's years missing from the Raw Vault. I think you're going from 1999 and then it jumps to like 2019.
That's weird, isn't it?
Just like 20 years of Raw, like 10 years of SmackDown.
It's so
Hopefully
weird.
they add it later, and it's just a matter of time of adding it all because the Ruthless Aggression era is gone.
I mean, if they've got it, why not put it up there? Mm-hmm. I don't understand it. There's obviously a reason for it, and I don't get it. They might be making another paid subscription.
Like second tier.
Yeah,
they could do that.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but we just wanted to keep you in the loop as to what was happening with the podcast because we're not 100% sure ourselves as to how it's going to go, but this change to Netflix has thrown a spanner in the works of how we do things. So we will figure it out and keep you posted. In the meantime, enjoy Royal Rumble 1993. Give us a like, a comment, a subscribe. Let us know what you think of this episode and any other fun things you'd like us to chat about in the future. Enjoy.
Bye.
Do you know who the commentary team is for this, Jack? Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan.
Amazing.
Let's get ready to Rumble.
What are those things called that Brain's got, where they're like...
Oh,
they're,
they're
cowboy
like
things.
southern tie.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what it is.
Is there a name for it?
I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's got a name.
Yeah. One of those in the ring has a son that was in NXT.
Oh, that I did not know.
Yeah.
I looked up the Beverly Brothers and I don't know too much about them.
I don't know which one it is.
There wasn't a lot to find.
There's one called Wayne, who has a...
Okay.
You won't get it. It was Von Wagner.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Because I did look at the Beverly Brothers before we recorded, and all I saw was that they were a tag team here, and they were a tag team in WCW, and that was about it.
What is that song the Steiners are coming out to? Oh my god.
Fucking marching band tune. The least Steiners thing you've ever heard in your life.
What is that?
Contrast it with their outfits as well.
Yeah.
They look like a fever dream in a kaleidoscope. That's what the Steiners look like.
It's got to be some Olympic thing, hasn't it? Surely, like...
Maybe, but it's not what I'm familiar with.
Look at Rick, just looking at him like, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Eat you two alive. So, going back to Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan, they've got such a strange commentary dynamic because they essentially both play as heels.
yeah.
So they're trying to argue with each other in the way that they both do, which is like aggressive and almost violent, but they're doing it to each other. So it doesn't really go anywhere. There's no face or heel thing going on. They just start yelling at each other and digging at each other.
Amazing.
For the next 2.5 hours.
Kind of like we tried to do.
Yeah, we're too nice though.
Yeah.
Bobby the Brain Heenan, we ain't.
Yeah, you prick.
Good one.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
He's properly showing you what he did. He pulled my hair.
Early 90s Panto Wrestling. That's what we've got here.
Is that Bill Alfonso, the ref, as well?
It looks like him. I did see his teeth. That's the giveaway for me with Bill Alfonso.
And a fucking whistle in his mouth.
Wow, that was about 3 or 4 years later, wasn't it?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. You saw, I don't know which of the Beverleys is which, but when he went to lock up with Steiner, he came in with some force and Steiner just didn't even budge. He just went...
Yeah, it is weird seeing Scott like this again as well.
Yeah, we've been flicking through back and forth, haven't we?
Between Big Papa Pump and this young up-and-comer with the long brown hair and no facial hair whatsoever.
He's got matching shoes on. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, we've never seen that.
Rick's over there with odd shoes, just like I thought we were. Is Sherry's involved in the what are they called?
The Rocker
storyline.
Yeah. So
is this the pay-per-view where she takes that fucking gnarly shot with the mirror?
I'm not sure. It has been a week or two since I actually watched this for the show.
Okay.
But she's a big part of the match between Michaels and Jannetty.
Sorry to interrupt you there. That just... He went for a tilt-a-whirl and almost dropped it, but just went, fucking no.
As Scott Steiner is wont to do.
Yeah. If he wants to tilt-a-whirl you, it doesn't matter if he has to just stop you dead. You're fucking going over. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Here come the barks as Rick enters the ring.
That must be the scariest thing.
Having either Steiner run at you.
Yeah. And knowing you can only fight it off for so long.
I just find it funnier with the outfits that the two Steiners have got on.
They're not even really matching the Steiner's attire, are they?
Yeah.
He's got like palm trees on it, Rick has.
Rick's also not wearing matching boots. So it's just Scott who didn't get the memo.
Oh, he's not, is he?
Rick's right one is basically like a bowling shoe in the way it looks. And the left was like a normal red boot.
Oh, yeah, it's weird.
They're also different heights. Oh, my
God.
God.
Man.
Scott was normally pretty safe with a belly-to-belly, but you always ran that risk of getting spiked on your head.
Yeah, that Beverly was close.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I've never seen a backbone look that good before. He just threw himself
Pretty
back.
much landed on his shoulder blades, and his legs just took him over the edge.
Well, that's why Scott became Scott, because he just dump himself on his head constantly. I know I've said it before, but there was that move he used to do where he held them in like a fall-away slam position. But he'd hold them there, and then he would do a backflip
at the same time, yeah.
and like a backflip into like a world's strongest slam. But he'd always land on his head. Like just always spike himself on his head. Because his neck's so thick, it just like...
Yeah.
Like, it'd just be like, what?
So one thing I don't have written on here really, but turns up in the show as well, which I think might be the highlight of the show in terms of comedy. This is where Lex Luger makes his debut. Not as a competitor, but just you see him for the first time.
As Narcissus.
With
all the mirrors.
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
And Bobby Heenan is the one who introduces him.
Oh, he has to make bodybuilding sound interesting and fun, doesn't he? I've seen it before.
Comedy gold.
Yeah, it's like look at those hamstrings.
He does not shut up for a good 6-7 minutes, just complimenting Lex.
Was it Narcissus or the Narcissist?
I didn't quite catch it. It's one of those two.
Because I can't remember if they because they changed it at some point. So I can't remember if in the build-up to it they billed him as Narcissus and then it was the Narcissist.
I feel like during the intro they changed between the two. So I'm not even sure WWE was sure.
He's doing a Boston Crab on his face.
Yeah, it's essentially... That's closer to like a Walls of Jericho than a Boston Crab.
Yeah.
He's really lifted Scott up.
He's just doing push-ups. Oh, man. You see, like, flashes of what he'd become. Like, you see Big Papa Pump. Man, this must be hard. Like, a Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Everybody is there to see the Royal Rumble. And being in a match must be tough.
Yeah, particularly the opening match as well, because they know what's going to close the show, and you got to get that crowd pumped.
I mean, the Steiners were over.
Yeah, you can see because they are quite clearly the faces in this match.
Yeah, people just wanted to see them.
I can see why. They're just a spectacle.
Yeah, like especially when they went over to like Japan and came back. Japan was considered like almost like a mythical place because this is like 93. 93?
Yeah, there's 93. Yeah. Royal Rumble 93.
Like, you couldn't just go on the internet and look up.
No.
You know,
it was all tape
Steiner Brothers,
wasn't it?
Yeah, Steiner Brothers, New Japan, bang, there we go. Let's watch some matches. So all you had was word of mouth and people coming back going, they really kicked the shit out of you out there. Yeah. So it added to like your reputation.
Pretty much the only way you could find out was by swapping tapes with someone. And even then you had to know someone.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a common thing.
Or
tape swapping like that.
Yeah, or newsletters and things. So you'd send pictures of them.
Or you had to be in the business and go over there yourself.
Yeah. Oh my God. You know when people do a back body drop on AJ Styles and they throw him in the air? Like there was like that, but that's a big man.
He's got a good 30-40 pounds on AJ Styles.
Rick just launches him. Rip his earmuffs off, Brain says. I mean, there's no point in wearing that wrestling guard. Your ears are fucked anyway, Rick.
No.
Like, what damage are you going to do to them? Are they going to...
Yeah. Well, they're going to. But it goes for the roll-up. Almost a doomsday device.
That move.
Oh, the Frankensteiner. That'll do it. The Steiners win.
Like that. No one had ever seen anything like that in the 90s.
Not a man that size, especially.
Yeah. Like, and the fucking music. Oh my God. They're barely out of breath.
Mm-hmm. It's all conditioning.
Yeah, like, both the Steiners were just freak athletes. I love the fact it says brain scan and it's right over Scott's head.
I didn't even register that. But you've got this like post-football analysis where Heenan starts drawing on the screen like it's a tactical analysis. So what he did, right, is he put him here and then put the move on him. Thanks, Bobby. What a waste of time.
I see what you mean about the commentary now. They're just yelling at each other.
Yeah, Bobby's saying his brain scan is broken. We don't need the video package.
We've all seen Marty Jannetty try and jump through the glass.
That coward fuck.
Oh no, was that it?
That might have been it.
Go back. This, if it's what I think it is a hell of a shot. Oh man, this might be it. It's horrible.
Oh,
Oh no, it never gets easier to watch.
It's got to be Sugar Glass. At least I hope it's Sugar Glass. For Sherry's sake.
That's why Sherry, man, was like one of the best.
So here she comes with a face like thunder. Sensational Sherry.
Yeah, she took some bumps in her day. Like,
so the only other Royal Rumble pay-per-view we covered was 3 years before this. And she was on that card as well. With the Macho King. And her voice then sounded like gravel. So God knows what 3 years difference has made. I don't recall her talking on the show, but
Spoiler
we'll have to
alert.
listen out for it.
it's exactly the same. Marty Jannetty was so good in the ring.
He was.
Like, they tried to bring him back so many times. Like, give him, like, second, third, fourth, fifth chances. And he's just a... I'm not going to sugarcoat this. He was such a fuckhead. He just kept mucking it up.
Yeah. In researching this, I saw the same. Substance issues and injuries and all sorts. Also, we've got the old school Shawn Michaels theme that I'd never heard before.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yep. And the like powder blue intercontinental title.
I think it's the same music, isn't it? It's just the lyrics and the vocals.
Yeah, same song, just different singer, slightly different musical track. Listen to it.
Oh,
it's so different.
It's like serious, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The modern day one's more of a parody, but it's so much better.
I think it's also a female singer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, Sean, we're going to have this new outfit made for you. Anything you want?
Gold.
Yeah, I want it made of chains, but like framed with leather. Yeah, that sounds so bad, boy. Yeah,
leather?
Let's do that.
That's PVC at best.
Do you want gold chaps as well?
Yes. Does a bear shit in the woods? Yes, I want gold chaps. So the whole storyline behind this, forget the Rockers breakup, forget the Intercontinental Championship. It's all about who is Sherry going to side with. That's pretty much the story of the whole match.
Oh, I see what you mean about the IC. It's got that
powder blue belt.
Is that blue? I'd say that's green.
No, it looks like a powder blue to me.
Oh,
I mean, it could be the age of the recording as well.
Yeah, I mean, don't listen to me. One of my eyes doesn't even work. That's it. Take your chaps off, Sean. You look silly otherwise.
With your knee pads on top of your trousers.
Take your bright gold chaps off. He's got that like line in his hair from where he's been wearing a cap.
Mm-hmm.
It's like kinked a bit.
Amazing how 30 years later, quite a fashionable hairstyle now.
Oh, the mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything comes full circle.
Jannetty's attire is a bit strange as well. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of strings.
I thought it was like tassels at
but
first.
They're sort of like connected at both ends.
Yeah. It's not like frayed, but it is. It's like a cross between a tassel and a fray.
It's like you've sewn a beaded curtain at both ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where we were kind of getting into real new generation, like revolutionary styles of wrestling. Because Jannetty and Michaels were a breath of fresh air in their style.
Yeah.
As you could tell by the crowd reaction, because they're loving it. I think it also helps that they're both handsome gentlemen. And that's why it's a popular match. You'll notice a very high octave of cheers.
Well, yeah, the Rockers always were. Just girls screaming, like never seen anything like them.
Yeah, we don't see that so much anymore. You don't get the heartthrob wrestler.
Well, you want to speak to my wife about Roman Reigns about that.
Yeah, but Roman isn't like he doesn't sway either way, for lack of a better term. He's as popular with men as he is women.
Yeah, he's not targeted
He's
towards
not
a
like
certain...
Jeff Hardy or Early Edge.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm trying to think of someone now. There isn't really, is there?
Not on the current roster.
Oh, that looked weird, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Diving nothing from Jannetty, met with a right hand.
Yeah. I thought it was a knee.
Yeah.
She's looking around the corner. Look through the ropes.
There's no corner.
Look, you've got an entire ring. You can see through the ropes.
Just
She's
peek around the ring
peering
post.
round the turnbuckle. That would make your shirt fit funny. Because
it would swell? Maybe? Hitting the ring post, yeah?
Bobby Heenan was too smart for his own good sometimes,
I
wasn't he?
don't call him the brain for nothing.
Oh, some of his rope stuff's ripping. It's almost like it was a bad idea.
Particularly the wrist part. It looks like something you'd see on Art Attack. Or like a shitty mummy costume. Maybe he lended it to the Yeti.
Heart attack.
Yeah! Tell me I'm wrong.
All I remember about Art Attack is that weird head. It was like,
called the head.
Yeah. Jesus, used to scare me when I was a kid.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, it was just creepy and weird. Art Attack.
Figured you'd be a big fan of Neil Buchanan. Punk musician, isn't he?
Yeah, when I found that out, that was
interesting day.
Ruined my childhood.
Major adulthood, though.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels is left-handed, isn't he?
I don't know.
Famously left-handed.
Like how Batista's famously asthmatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be looking out for it now.
Yeah, we're going to look for that southpaw. Watch him not throw a punch for the rest of the match.
All the cool people are left-handed.
William Regal's left-handed.
Yep. I'm left-handed.
Is Brian left-handed?
There you go. Daniel Bryan. I don't know.
I think he might be. Wipe your nose, Sean. That's
Yeah,
disgusting.
Some serious drip, wasn't it?
And not in the way the kids say it. Although those gold, what are they fucking called again?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Shit.
You've never been cooler than
Words
right now,
are-
you know that. Yeah, I think you've lost what the kids say, Riz, right now.
Negative
An aura.
Riz.
Yeah, you've got no
fuck.
aura.
What are they called? Chaps. The gold chaps. wasn't worth it.
What about them? What are you talking
Wasn't
about?
worth it. The drip. He's got the drip.
Okay. No, that was on his nose.
Oh, it wasn't fucking worth it, was it?
No, yeah. Considering this is supposed to be almost a blood feud, it's pretty slow, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said, it's literally Sherry is the story here.
And she's barely done anything.
No. She's not doing anything now. She's just looking and occasionally adjusting the front of her dress because it's quite low.
Yeah, it's hanging on, isn't it? Don't do that, Sherry, for God's sake.
You're facing the hard cam.
That sign just said no mercy.
Yeah, ahead of its time.
Oh, like an A4 bit of paper is tiny. Yeah, no mercy.
He's tapping.
He's tapping out.
Yeah, Marty's just tapping out.
Was this before tapping out, though?
No, because Bret Hart's on this show.
Interesting. Didn't they just give up before, though?
I think there was tapping.
Wasn't it Taz, the first person to make someone tap?
I'm not sure. I would be very surprised if that was the case.
Because it was an MMA UFC thing, people tapping out. Because wow, this is really testing my memory. I'm pretty sure the first person to tap out in UFC was Dan Severn.
Oh, okay.
Severin?
Seven. You got it.
Yeah. And then I think because Taz did the whole MMA gimmick, I think they incorporated him making people tap out. I could be very wrong in that. I might have just made that up entirely.
Well, I can confirm that someone taps on this show.
Okay, right. So
yeah, it's definitely a thing.
So ignore everything I just said.
But the Dan Severn thing's cool.
I think that's true. I read it somewhere on the internet. So,
Obviously it's true.
it might have even been on Wikipedia. And as Michael Scott said, anyone can edit a page on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So you're getting the experts
Oh,
on
yeah.
that field.
Of course.
Writing, so you're getting the best.
I'll give you a prime example. One of the notes I wrote down when preparing for this show was that this was the first 30-man Royal Rumble. We've literally covered an earlier 30-man Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Don't believe everything you read.
Because the first one was 20?
Yeah, I think so.
And then they were all 30, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Apart from 2011, which was 40.
Yeah.
And the greatest Royal Rumble, which was 50.
And that was
Titus World Slide.
Was that Braun Strowman?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder when Shawn Michaels learned to do that sell where you roll back and then go again. Because he's done it a lot. He would do like a back bump and then roll over himself.
Yeah. It's like how where Bret Hart would run into the turnbuckle at full fucking speed.
Do you know why he did that?
No. Oh, yeah, was it to protect his back?
Well, yeah, he said the first time he did it, he had a sore back. So instead of going into the turnbuckle, he just ran into it at full speed and then took a back bump afterwards. So it's Bret Hart. I'm not going to question.
I'm sure the canvas feels a little bit better than the turnbuckle.
Yeah, maybe.
It's metal with a bit of padding as opposed to wood with a bit of padding.
I suppose falling onto a canvas is a lot softer than going into like a metal corner. Yeah. If only there was somewhere to grab him on those trousers.
A handle, if you will.
You never see that move, do you?
Suplex to the outside.
Yeah.
Probably for good reason.
It's very dangerous, isn't
Yeah.
it? Sherry,
You've got to land on your feet.
put yourself back in, would you?
Yeah, fix your posture. Oh, Sherry slapped Michaels. Sherry's picked her side. Referee saw it, did nothing.
Sherry, you need to sort that dress out. Maybe it's because she had that mirror broke on her. It's 7 years bad luck.
Yeah, maybe.
What a match this is, they're saying. I don't know about you, but I've been pretty fucking bored watching this,
It's nice to be told how you feel, isn't it?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Nice power slam from Marty.
If we said how bored we are, the best snap power slam I've ever seen.
That's high praise, considering like Gold Dust and Randy Orton exist.
Yeah. That's a long way he's going to...
I was playing possum with the jump and caught him with the DDT.
That was weird.
Goes to pin Michaels. Not enough.
He was a heartbeat away. The heartbeat kid, you could say.
Now we've got the high energy. Like they just haven't stopped.
This is a move you don't see very much anymore.
The toss.
Yeah. God, a lot of close kickouts, isn't there? It's like a bloody AEW match.
Way. Oh, ref's down. Definitely an AEW match. Oh, Marty's got the full Nelson in. Oh, Sherry hits Marty with the shoe by accident.
Oh no.
And Michaels has cornered Sherry.
Is Sherry taller than Shawn Michaels?
The heels will do that.
Yeah, it's because she was tall. She was very tall. I'm just a dumb harlot. Oh, she's put her shoe back on?
Yeah, don't watch for the shoe. Sweet chin music.
That was a weird sell.
With a flip bump as well. And Michaels retains the Intercontinental Championship. So one thing to note is that Jannetty would win the title a couple of weeks later on an episode of Raw.
Oh dear.
And I also didn't know, and I this may be the internet not to be believed, but in my research apparently the Rockers aren't in the Hall of Fame.
No.
How is that the case?
I mean, why would they be?
The storyline for starters. The barbershop window. Shawn Michaels' mere existence.
Well, yeah, that Shawn Michaels deserves to go in.
He's been in.
Marty Jannetty obviously doesn't, by himself, not Hall of Fame
Of
worthy.
course.
The Rockers didn't even win the tag team championships. Like, they kind of were a non-entity. From the start, I think they saw Shawn as the guy.
But at the same time, I think they kind of revolutionised the way we look at wrestling with their style.
Yeah.
So there's a case for it.
I mean, it would be a good way to get Jannetty in, I guess, because he's obviously not worthy by himself.
Yeah.
But does he deserve to? Is because he's just problematic.
Meanwhile, they're brawling backstage, Jannetty and Michaels, and Mean Gene made me laugh then, because all he could do was like, as it was all going on.
Oh, God, yeah, they literally just shout at each other, don't they?
You got another 2 hours of this, mate.
Oh, yes.
We know you love a bit of Bam Bam.
I'm looking forward to this match. And you've not said anything about it, so makes me worry a little bit.
It's fine.
Speaking of people not in the Hall of Fame...
Yeah, I have it in my notes.
It is ridiculous.
WrestleMania main eventer, Bam Bam Bigelow. It's a good question, Gorilla Monsoon. Why would someone want to tattoo their head like that? Hang your head in shame. Also, don't, because
you might see it.
As someone who didn't really know anything about the New Generation era, it's very hard to imagine the Big Boss Man being that over.
And it's that song as well. It's
just bluesy.
Yeah. It's very camp, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
like Tom Jones. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a Tom Jones song.
Because he got that gimmick because he had that job, didn't he?
Yeah.
Before he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
These two guys, two big guys.
Who could move.
Who could really move.
Especially Bam Bam, though. Like, one of the amazing things I found while looking at this is that technically he was part of the WCW Cruiserweight division because of the stuff he could do.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Moonsaults and all sorts.
Bossman already sweating.
Yeah, he's wearing the wrong colour top, really, isn't he? Because in about a minute, that's going to be a nice dark blue, I think.
I'm just thankful it's not white. Has Bam Bam ever not worn flames? I don't ever remember him not wearing flames.
Pass. I'm sure in his regular day-to-day life he didn't wear flames.
Well, yeah, I should hope so.
Yeah, it was always different sort of variations of it, wasn't it?
Get it? Because he's a cop.
Miranda writes, I get it, because it's a right hand. Very clever, very funny. Why was his finisher not called the Miranda right? And it could have been like a right hand knockout
Was that
punch.
his finisher, though?
No, it was a boss man slam, wasn't it?
Yeah. Wasn't that basically a black hole slam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's hard to sort of imagine him being much of a striker, though.
Yeah. He could have done it with the nightstick, and it could have been like an old Regal thing, the power of the punch.
Oh, yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah. Because that's a good gimmick there. You got like a correctional officer that keeps cheating to win.
Yeah.
Like that's a really clever idea.
But then obviously that stops him being a face at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Bam Bam threw Bossman over the top rope to the outside, but Bossman held onto the rope, so he just sort of flipped even faster and then hit his back on the corner of the apron, I'm assuming.
Yeah, when he landed on his feet, but he grabbed his hip, didn't he? And Sorry, did I say this match should be a good match?
It slowed right down,
it's
isn't it?
Really slow.
It had some really fun moments, but I think we've just got the low spots here. As Bam Bam pummels Bossman.
God, the crowd are just giving him nothing, are they?
Yeah, Bam Bam's having to yell at the crowd to get that reaction.
Oh, for God's sake.
Rest hold.
It's a really slow match, so what do we need?
A
massive bear hug.
From behind.
While they're kneeling down. What is this?
Oh, here we go. Bossman's coming back up. And he's strong enough to break the grip of Bam Bam.
Jesus Christ.
Bam Bam telling the ref to get out of his face.
You could hear his accent then, couldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
This is the boss man.
He's from New Jersey, after all.
Yeah. Oh.
We're back to the bear hug rest hold.
If you can't stand this excitement, Brain said. Yeah, let me
both lying down.
Let me know when it starts. I mean, No, it's not even a bear hug, is it? He's just like...
It's a cuddle.
Yeah.
He's spooning him. And as the match has gone on, Bossman's top has just opened up.
Yeah, it's just more and more buttons keep
More
opening.
revealing as time goes on.
I can't tell if that's supposed to be like a bear hug or is Bigelow like pulling Bossman into the top of his head and he's like driving his head.
Surely a headbutt would be more effective.
You'd think so.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it's a bear hug.
Well, there you go, yeah. Headbutted him right in the back.
Yeah, that'll do. Goes for the suplex. Bossman's not having it.
No, you're some big boys. There's going to be no suplexes here.
We'll see. Calling that a suplex was generous, but
Yeah.
Bossman gets the upper hand.
Half a suplex. Bigelow's up first, look. He's like, no, that was so shit, I'm not even going to sell it. I mean, that is a packed crowd, isn't it?
In Sacramento, California? Yeah. I think we're in the early days of actual pay-per-views as well, so it's kind of a novelty at this point.
Yeah.
Never understood that.
No.
Sliding out the ring for a right hand.
It looks like... It kind of reminded me of that move Baron Corbin did.
Yeah.
Where he went out and went round him.
Yeah, but that's impressive.
Yeah.
And Bossman chose to do that of his own accord. He wasn't getting an Irish whip like Corbin would. Oh, Bam Bam's going up top. Diving headbutt.
That should do it.
Sure does.
Thank God for that. I hope we see Corbin again, you know.
I really hope we do.
I don't know where he turns up.
With how much in advance we're recording this, he might be somewhere
Yeah.
by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah, true.
I'd like Future Jeremy just to circle back to what Jack said when the match started.
I'm looking forward to this match.
All right, we're backstage with Owen Hart, who immediately takes a clothesline from Razor Ramon.
Man.
Yeah, he's got the
Cuban
Spanish
accent, yeah.
Cuban accent. Yeah, I didn't realise. You must have mentioned it at some point that he pretty much based his character on Scarface.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so sure you said it, but I'd forgotten until I was researching it.
What? He's the brother, the little brother.
So he'll stoop at nothing. He won't stop at nothing. He'll stoop at nothing to get the belt from Bret Hart.
So we got Razor versus Brett or Owen?
Bret's the WWF champion.
Right,
So
okay.
it's Bret versus Ramon.
Oh, I wonder who wins. Oh, he said, hey, yo. Oi.
Yeah. What a cool individual.
I don't think there was anyone cooler. I mean, maybe Kevin Nash.
I was just saying, he's the only one I can think of.
Yeah.
Who was effortlessly cool. And then those two were together.
God, it's such a good tempo to walk out to the ring to, isn't it?
The whole theme just sort of set the scene for the NWO.
Yeah. I know when Adam Cole was in NXT and they were doing like Undisputed Era stuff.
Yeah.
They said, what do you want the theme to be? And he asked specifically for it to be like the same tempo as the NWO theme because you could really walk out and give it, just give it some rice.
Be a right sleazy heel with that.
Don't give him a microphone.
He's also not got his belt on him. What's Bret got to say about the match?
Hearing his accent is, I've recently just rewatched Trailer Park Boys.
Right.
Like, hearing Canadian accents is just making me laugh. I'm going to defend my family's honour and defend I'm going to do.
Can we have another take of that one? No?
We're
okay. I guess
we're
that's
live.
coming out then.
We're live, pal. What has Scott Hall got in his hair? It looks
Grease.
greasy.
Water.
Yeah. Oh, he has got his belt.
Yeah, he's so small you can't notice he has it under his jacket.
Well, this is post-steroid trial, isn't it?
Yeah, they couldn't have huge people, could they?
Yeah, let's put him in there with Scott Hall. And the Steiner's on first. Oh my God. Yep. You telling me the Steiners are completely natural?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
So Bret Hart puts his sunglasses on a little kid. The kid no-sells it. Razor Ramon throws his toothpick at the kid. The kid no-sells it. That kid is my hero.
Bret Hart put some glasses. There's some glasses, little dude.
I don't give a shit. Wrestle the man.
Maybe it's Orange Cassidy.
It's a fucking toothpick. I don't give a shit. Could be Orange Cassidy.
I think we'd have heard about it by now.
How? He wouldn't have told you. Couldn't be asked.
They would have made a thing. Oh, God.
Yeah, that was a slap.
That punch looks stiff, didn't it? Jesus. One thing I like about Hall is he's really good at doing nothing.
Yeah.
So like when Hart just got whipped into the corner and falls and the ref goes over, he doesn't just stand there. He's constantly
taunting
Yeah.
and moving and everything.
But it's something he was always really good at. Like whenever he did, it's specifically like a high impact move, like when he was doing fall away slams and things, he'd always give it time to like breathe in between moves. So it was never just move, then move, then move.
No, because of his natural charisma, he could just wait.
Yeah. He sort of falls into that, Razor that is, sort of falls into that category of he's tall, but he's not a giant.
Yep.
But he's a lot taller than most people. It's that weird height that they never normally know what to do with.
I'd have been interested to see how they did it with like him and Orton, because you've said that same thing about Orton as well. But Orton, they managed to know what to do with him.
Orton doesn't look it, which is it isn't until you see him stood next to one of the giants, and you're like, he's closer to that size than he is like a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Drew.
Yeah,
really, because Drew is huge.
He's 6'5", 6'6".
Like Drew looks like a big man, but I remember when I saw him in person, I was sat front row at an NXT thing at Download, and he walked right in front of us, and it was like, oh my God, he is actually a huge man.
Yep.
He was in the ring with Cassius Ohno. That's how long ago it was.
Oh, wow, yeah.
We're talking NXT Drew as well. And he was like towering above him. And I was like, oh my God.
You've told me about the specific show. It didn't help that he had a face-off with Nikki Cross.
Yeah. He was taller than Nikki Cross while he was on his knees. And Nikki Cross was like in his face, yelling at him. And he was still taller than her. And it was when he stood up and just looked at her. And she was literally like here on him. And it was amazing.
Good old rabid puppy Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
Oof.
See, that's why you don't try and do a Baron Corbin.
Yeah, your ribs hit the ring post. You daft Canadian prick. I'm sure he's lovely.
I don't know about that, actually.
I'm sure he's fine.
Just don't mention Goldberg, you'll be alright. He's a good sport about it, isn't he? Gunther mentioned it, and I've read like clips, excerpts, I should say, from like his book, and he doesn't come across like a likable person. I don't think. I don't know what it is.
I think he just knew what he liked and what he was good at.
He just seems a bit salty.
I would be. I mean, obviously, you've got to take the good with the bad, and with wrestling, you always run that risk. But I'd still be salty if my career had been ended early.
But there's other wrestlers that it happened to as well that don't seem as salty about it. Like Austin.
Big E.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, it happens. It is what it is.
I tell you what it is, the difference. It's the fact it was WCW. I think that's the difference.
Yeah. He might have just been done with the wrestling industry. You had to think like the Montreal screw job for a start would have put a bad taste in his mouth. I mean, I know this is a completely different scenario altogether, but Owen, like that. I mean, just see. That's what I mean. After the fall away slam, just sits there and just goes,
really enjoying yourself. But if you combine those three major events, I'd be pretty jaded and pretty salty if it was me.
Because they were pretty quick. They all happened pretty fast, didn't they?
Screwjob was 97, Over the Edge was 99. I don't know when the Goldberg match happened. That's the only one I'm not sure of.
Well, when was Greed?
2001.
So it definitely would have been 2001. So it would have been before 2001.
Yeah.
So it would have been in
a
at
3-year
least
period.
a 3-year period. Yeah.
Having all of that happen.
So at least one massive event happening a year. It is, yeah, it's just horrible to think about.
Or having to give up what you've worked your whole life to do.
Yeah. Only to have stuff like that happen. It's, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be jaded and salty too. I don't blame him. Speaking of books, though, I've been listening to the audio
Speaking
version.
of books.
You were talking about how you were listening to his book.
You
reading his book.
Shoehorned that in, didn't you?
I did. It's because I've been listening to Mox's book as an audiobook.
Right.
And it's interesting. He talks about some of the shit he got up to. The only thing I've taken so far is that he used to be roommates with LA Knight when they were up-and-comers in like 2010.
He wasn't he roommates with Buddy Matthews as well?
Not that he's mentioned. I've just got to the point because it kind of goes all over the place time-wise. He's just talked about the AEW Revolution match with Kenny Omega.
Right.
And how there was supposed to be an explosion.
Interesting.
But him and Eddie Kingston didn't see it.
Yeah.
So they just had to this seems quite pathetic. What are we going to do? Because they didn't know what was going on. They just heard it.
Yeah.
Just the sprinkler sound of with all the sparks. Because they were expecting an actual explosion.
Like the Funk Anita one.
Yeah. They were expecting something similar, but it just didn't happen. And they had to really try and save face. And he specifically said before the show, he was like, right, this is the first time we're ever doing this on American soil. The last thing I want to do is get caught with my pants down. And that's exactly what happened.
Yep. God, imagine him and LA Knight.
Rooming together, yeah.
I think I'm getting the story confused. I think it was LA Knight and Matthews.
I could see that. That would be interesting.
In fact, there's a weird video on the internet, isn't there, about one of them stealing chicken from a fridge.
I don't know this story.
I don't know if I've made this up or not, or what I was watching was real. I might have been asleep.
I could only think
might
of
have been
Miz eating
dreaming.
chicken in the locker room. That's the only story I remember involving chicken.
No, but
Go on.
okay.
You've got the phone.
I have
Find it.
no idea what to search for this. Buddy Matthews, chicken. LA Knight and Buddy Matthews fight over a chicken.
Oh, wow.
I knew I didn't make it up. I swear they fully just start fighting in their kitchen.
They just start doing a fight in the kitchen over a chicken. That's incredible.
Trying to suplex him in the kitchen. Well, it's good to know that some of the things that I remember are actually real.
You don't dream everything you think.
No, that's it. But I do think everything I dream.
True.
This match is good.
Yeah, it goes on quite a while as well. So we could have afforded to spend a few minutes talking about LA Knight and Buddy Murphy fighting over a chicken.
I think I found that when that whole LA Knight is everywhere thing was going
when he
around.
was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
He turned up in a random thing in 2014 in WWE.
That Triple H fitness video.
That was it.
Where he keeps going, yeah! But it's not quite the yeah! It's yeah!
Oh, Christ. Is Razor Ramon the best not to win a world championship? There's a couple of people you can put in that sort of echelon, but is Scott the best?
I'd have to sit down and properly think about it.
I mean, the two that immediately come to mind outside of that are Piper and Roberts.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the other two I think of.
Yeah, Hall must be. Because it all of the pieces are there.
Yeah.
Like, he absolutely should have done. I mean, Nash did.
Yeah. Nash did very quickly as well.
Yeah. He beat Shawn for it, didn't he? Did he?
Because Mabel was around that time as well.
Mabel won King of the Ring to fight Nash.
Right.
Because Mabel nearly broke Nash's back. There's that really famous story. I can't remember. I had it. Well, we've already proved that my memory is impeccable, so we'll just go with
take
it.
it as true.
Yeah, and then they had a fight in a kitchen over a chicken. No, if Nash and Shawn are fighting over anything, it's cocaine. Let's be honest.
In 1995.
Did you ever hear that story of a wrestling fan, left Shawn Michaels a silly amount of money in her will?
No.
Never met Shawn. Shawn had no idea who she was.
Wow.
Left him an obscene amount of money. I'm gonna find
like a
this now.
7-figure sum, kind of obscene.
Yeah.
Christ.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Shawn Michaels fan inheritance. Shawn Michaels inherited 2.5 million from a wrestling fan that didn't know that they passed away.
In 1996 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, she left him $2.5 million in her will because she was such a big Shawn Michaels fan.
Wow.
I wonder where that money went.
He rolled it all up for other things.
So, just for clarity, if anyone out there would like to leave us some money, $5 would be good. Yeah, I'd be happy. You've got a cost of living crisis here, do you know what I mean?
And we won't spend it on cocaine.
No. Maybe food and a bit of creatine.
That's the one.
Yeah, that'll do. And some iron fish.
Bret Hart can't get the sharpshooter on Razor Ramon because his legs are too long, according to Bobby Heenan.
Imagine someone coming up to you at your job and saying, there's 2.5 million.
What's this for?
Someone left it you in their will.
Yeah, but why?
Right, okay. I just picture it as like it says to Shawn Michaels, like not even his real name. Just like, fucking hell.
Well, if they were that big a fan of him, do you reckon they put Michael Hickenbottom?
Yeah, must have done. God, it's just crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Hebner telling Hart not to jump off the top rope. What the fuck do you expect him to do?
Just climb down like.
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, is that? Oh, sorry. My family basically invented Canadian wrestling.
Every other twat in this car just jumped off the top rope, but I'm not allowed to.
Do we get to see a Razor's Edge? No.
Do we?
No, we don't. No. This was around the time when no one was kicking out of finishers.
Yep. That's what made Bret Hart so unique, is that he didn't really have a finisher like that.
Yeah.
It was the sharpshooter.
Who was the first person to do a Razor's Edge? Because it wasn't Razor Ramon, was it?
I wouldn't have a clue before that.
I'm going to look this up. What's it? It's a crucifix powerbomb, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess that's what you would call it. It's like an official name.
Come on,
Who would use that? Stan Hansen. There's a song called Crucifix by a band called Powerbomb.
There's a variant of a powerbomb. Dan Spivey!
Oh, really? That's cool. We still haven't covered any of his matches yet.
No. So Dan Spivey gave us the Razor's Edge and basically the Bray Wyatt character.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Imagine not knowing you're an innovator. Wake up, Earl. There's a pin going on.
It's just, there's a pin!
He was daydreaming. God knows what about.
Spivey's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
so he would know. Yeah.
I wasn't doing my thing there. I was like, imagine not realizing how much of an innovation you were going to be on the industry.
Yeah.
Alive or dead.
Oh.
There you go.
He didn't tap out, did he? He just said, I quit.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Oh. Stu Hart doesn't know how to clap, does he?
No. It's a new world, wrestling on television. That's why.
I tell you what it reminds me of. Have you ever seen those clips of that Irish guy that can't wave? And he's on that TV show. And they're like, come on, Seamus, give us a wave. And he goes... Have you not seen it?
No.
He has no idea how to wave.
This is the moment I've been waiting for, Bobby. You're absolutely right. You get a couple of women in the front row looking kind of excited. Yeah.
Looking absolutely thirsty.
Different ages as well.
Did he say words cannot describe how he looks?
Yeah.
Good, then don't even bring him up. We don't need to see it. Put him away.
Bobby tries, though, to describe how he looks. He doesn't fucking stop. See, he said it was narcissist, and then the sign says narcissist. So they don't know what it is.
I'm because they changed it really fast. But Narcissus, to me, sounds better than narcissist.
I agree. How long do you think you'll last before you are begging Bobby the Brain Heenan to shut up?
You know, I'm genuinely going to let him talk me into bodybuilding here.
Okay.
Show us, Lex.
You're not going to get much excitement. I'm probably going to cut the silence that's coming, so bear with us.
Oh, God, listen to that music. Let me take your robe off. Yeah, all right, I've had enough now.
Did it take you long, did it?
No.
We're not even a quarter of the way through.
I mean, you can see why they wanted to push him.
Yeah, the man looks like $1 million.
From the neck down, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, fair play to Heenan. He is trying to do the impossible.
Yep.
And make bodybuilding sound exciting and thrilling.
Mm-hmm. There's money in it. Someone must love it.
Well, Vince loves it, doesn't he? That's attractive. Look at his veins. Look how vascular he is.
Don't, because the women will come for you.
Yeah.
There are some women fucking love them some veins.
Oh, she's got a camera with the flash on the top and everything. She's
ready to go.
I mean, in 1993, this is breaking ground. This is like swapping gender norms here. This is women perving over a bloke. This just didn't happen.
Are you ready to hear Lex Luger's first ever promo? Oh, my mouth's going to be wide open, Bobby, believe me. I will say, it's not bad.
Oh, God. Here we go. Loser, someone shout. He said, I am the most mesomorphically, and then you could see the panic on his face when he went, is that a word?
Bobby struggles to keep the mic to Lex's mouth because Lex keeps moving his head. So you can hear the mic just cut out slightly.
I don't think it is, Lex.
You don't think it's the most impressive thing when he steps in the ring?
No, it's not. It wasn't a bad promo, was it?
I told you, it wasn't bad.
I
You
mean,
could see the potential.
And then he peaks. And it just goes downhill from here.
The only peaks are on his arms, mate.
Oh, yeah, let's see some more bodybuilding.
Well, Bobby keeps going
yeah.
and gets on his knees as the curtain goes down, which is a bit, like, yeah. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. Right, I'm fucking this off because they're plugging something. They're plugging WrestleMania with Julius Caesar.
Is it a wrestler?
No, that's him. I don't know who the fuck that is. But
that's not the actual Julius Caesar, is it?
I should hope not. He's been dead for a few thousand years.
Oh, that'd be weird.
It's time for the Royal Rumble.
I fucking love a Rumble.
So, unless I'm mistaken with research, this was the first Royal Rumble where the title match at WrestleMania was on the line.
Okay. Whoa!
What a number one.
I wonder who's winning.
You'll never know. Ric Flair, last year's winner and last year's Iron Man, who was number 3 the year before.
I haven't watched this in preparation for this, and I can't remember who wins, so...
I had genuinely forgotten as well.
Yeah, this should be good. I know I got a funny feeling as soon as I see them come out, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah.
I think, would you get down to the final 6, you'll know, because I think only one of the final 6 has won a Rumble.
Yeah.
And ready for number 2. No music, no nothing. Bob Backlund.
God, that's... Okay.
Right, I'm going to get this out of the way now because we've got an hour of Rumble to get through. Bob Backlund is 43 at the point of this pay-per-view. Would you like to know how I know that? Bobby and Gorilla Monsoon don't shut the fuck up about it.
Okay.
The fact that he's 43. I've got a little list here of current wrestlers who are 43 or older.
How many's on there? Can I guess?
13, and I'm classing these as full-time performers, like they would be full-time. So like John Cena doesn't count, and The Rock doesn't count.
Priest.
No.
LA Knight.
No.
Okay, I give up.
I've got these from oldest to youngest
Okay.
of members of the WWE roster. R-Truth.
Oh, fucking, yeah.
Rey Mysterio.
Right.
AJ Styles. Sheamus. CM Punk. Carlito is older now than Backlund is here.
Jesus Christ.
Carl Anderson. Shinsuke Nakamura. Randy Orton.
Yeah. Oh.
Shayna Baszler. The Miz. Finn Balor. And Kofi Kingston.
What? Kofi?
They are all the same age or older than Bob Backlund is now. And they don't shut the fuck up about how old Backlund is. So that goes to show, like, how times have changed. Because 30 years later, that's nothing.
Yeah. Both of them wearing red was a choice, wasn't it?
Well, they've got very different hair, so you could spot them in a crowd.
One of them is considerably more tan.
All right, we're ready for number 3. It's Papa Shango.
No music either.
I don't know if there is any music from here on. I think Ric Flair was the only person that got music.
Fair enough.
And Shango's gone. See you later.
I don't know how long the Papa Shango gimmick was around for.
I'm trying to remember when the switch happened.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was peak. It was like the Attitude Era, but I don't know if he left and came back or.
Yeah, I only know him as 3 gimmicks. Think about it.
I can think of 2.
Yeah.
Are you talking like right to censor as well?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Godfather and Good Father.
Good Father.
Yeah.
Time for number 4. It's Ted DiBiase.
DiBiase never held a world title.
No, he didn't. Well, technically he did.
No.
But it's not officially counted.
No, he bought it.
He held it.
Yeah.
He didn't win it. He held it.
He held it, and if I remember, they put it on his waist, and the crowd popped big for it. But they just didn't pull the trigger, did they? Yeah, I see what you mean. Can you get arrested for beating up the elderly?
Yeah.
It just said.
Because he's 43.
How old is Brain in this, then?
I don't know. But he's not in the Rumble.
No. But they're calling 43 elderly.
Yeah. And Ted DiBiase's there too. Heenan.
Yeah, that was a...
Well, a list of world champions. What prestige? We've got Ric Flair, who's been 2-time champion. Backlund, who's been 1-time champion.
Yep.
Oh.
It's because he's not wearing red.
Yeah, I'll do it. You got to wear red.
Because it's a royal colour, isn't it? The red. I thought for a minute they both circled the ring at the same time. They were both just going to do a strut. Seeing Ted DiBiase do a Flair strut.
All right, time for number 5.
Oh, God.
I've written Nasty Boy number 1. Didn't bother to look up his name.
Is that Sags?
Who was the other one?
Knobs.
Pass.
It was Jerry Sags and Brian Knobs.
I think this is Brian Knobs. But I've written Nasty Boy number 1.
Right, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, they just don't... The whole Backlund thing is very weird, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I wanted to get it out of the way first, so you could sort of see what I meant.
Well, the camera light just went really weird for a minute, didn't it? Like the exposure just went completely mad.
Could you do me a quick favour as well? Because I just want to double check something. How old's Flair in this? They spent so long badgering about Backlund. Flair can't be that much younger. Number 6 is Virgil.
So he is currently 75. So this was
Hold on.
years active.
It
It still says he's an active.
I mean, he could be for all I know. Ric Flair's the same age as Bob Backlund. In fact, because I looked up Bob Backlund's birthday before this, he's 6 months older than Bob Backlund.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Just thought of it. Absolutely ridiculous.
And you know what? DiBiase looks twice as old as both of them.
Is it the facial hair?
It's just he just looks like a dad.
He has always looked like a dad. Oh, DiBiase has eliminated the nasty boy.
So DiBiase is 5 years younger than Flair. So if Flair's 43 in this,
38.
he's 30. So right there, DiBiase is like 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
How
You
would-
look anything like a
How
dad.
is that possible? Yeah.
I mean, certain ones are weird. Like, R-Truth could feasibly be our age.
Yeah.
With how young he looks. And we have number 7, which is Jerry the King Lawler.
Getting the shit booed out of him.
Yeah. Has he ever been a face? Really?
He was in Memphis.
Too good as a heel, though.
Yeah.
Do you not remember the episode we did a couple of episodes back where he is shouting at Ahmed Johnson? Absolute scumbag.
Yeah, him and Jarrett, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Bill Alfonso. So the other thing to mention at this point, and I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying this is also the first Rumble where you are forbidden from re-entering the ring if you're eliminated. I think there had been shenanigans before, and they were like, you can't go back in the ring once you're eliminated.
Right, okay.
And if you get in the ring, your eliminations don't count.
Right. Interesting. What is happening in the corner there?
Good question.
Yep. It's, you know what? No.
We're getting to the fill the ring stage of
I was
the
going
Rumble.
to say, yeah, I wonder if there's a big man.
Not for a while. Number 8 is Max Moon.
Starts clearing house. Gets Flair out of there. DiBiase goes over the rope.
They call him Max Hogan.
Oh, man. So who was Max Moon at this point? Was it Conan?
I couldn't tell you a thing about Max Moon. Really off my radar he is. Could be Conan. I didn't get a really good look at him.
Or was Max Moon ever Conan? Oh, is it Conan?
That could be Conan.
Fuck. Because it was two different people, I think.
I remember hearing about the gimmick. I don't ever recall seeing it.
Well, I googled Max Moon and Conan came up. Yeah, Max Moon.
Yeah, safe to assume. I think that's Conan.
Yeah.
I would never have guessed.
Right, okay. So I think, yeah, all right. Okay.
Now we've got number 9.
Tenaru.
Yeah. I think his first name was something like Genichi. But I've got it as Tenaru. What were you saying about those in Japan beating the shit out of you?
Yeah. Straight to Flair and everyone else is gone, oh, thank Christ.
And I think Flair's genuinely begging there for him to stop.
DiBiase's like, I will.
I'll do it.
I will go to Japan. I think all the wrestlers liked being in Japan because you were treated very well. The work schedule wasn't as hard as like American wrestling, and it was good money.
You just had to get hit harder. That was the downside.
Yeah, that's it. But I think getting hit harder was less. I mean, it sounds really stupid, but it was less impact on your body because it wasn't happening over the over such a small. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So your body had time to rest and heal in between the matches. DiBiase is like, I regret my decision.
Please stop hitting me. Guys, we got number 10 coming up next. Who would you say is the ideal new generation wrestler to turn up at number 10?
Piper.
Think close of the number.
10. Oh, it's Mr. Perfect. Yeah, brilliant. Of course it is.
And he's got beef with Flair.
Spit your chewing gum out, Kurt. Got poked right in the eye.
He also threw his towel into the crowd.
Yeah, I saw it. Sorry, just go flying.
Catch that, Kurt. Another one you probably should have had a World Championship run.
Hennig?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%. What was the Japanese
Tenaru.
performer's name? Tenaru. He just looks so lost.
He's
stood
just watching.
in the corner, yeah.
I mean, in a Rumble, it makes sense. You can just sit there and watch.
Yeah.
It's not very entertaining, but it makes sense.
Because everyone's just getting poked in the eye.
Yeah.
Virgil's selling the eye on the other side of the ring.
So, if I remember rightly, while Perfect was making his entrance, Lawler eliminated Moon.
Right, okay.
Because you don't see him again. He's not there.
Oh, yeah, he is gone, isn't he?
Now we have number 11.
Skinner.
Yep. How anticlimactic.
Yeah, alright, okay.
It can't all be gold.
The only thing I can tell you about Skinner is, and I might be very wrong in this, he was the third person to play Doink the Clown.
Oh, okay. I could see him as Doink. That makes sense.
Was his name Mike Kerr? Because that's a weird little memory.
Perfect has eliminated Flair.
Whoa!
See, Flair's trying to get in the ring, and the refs are like, no,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Oh,
Get out of
man.
it.
Fair play.
The crowd go absolutely wild.
Steve Kern. His name is
Yep.
Skinner. And he was Doink the Clown.
No Matt Bourne, though, is he?
I think it was Matt Bourne and then Steve Lombardi and then Skinner.
Okay.
Oh no, it was Skinner the second. Because there was a tag team at one point. Oh,
Certainly way to check.
oh, here we go.
Matt Bourne, Steve for second.
Yeah, he was
Lombardi
the illusion
third.
one. So yeah, they did it at the same time.
Oh, okay.
And then it was Steve Lombardi. Right, okay. Right. I don't know why I know so much about Doink the Clown. But
I mean, the Matt Bourne story is quite infamous.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm smiling and laughing. It's not funny. Like
No, I think you're laughing because you'd forgotten.
Well,
that was why.
he was a guy that was convicted of statutory rape.
Yeah.
Punched a fan's eyeball out of his
Yeah.
head, and this was a man that they deemed could, wear clown face paint and go out and entertain children. I mean, they stumbled upon something that was genuinely very frightening, and almost ahead of its time.
Speaking of things kind of frightening, Coco Beware's in at number 12
With
the brightest green trousers
with
I've ever
some
seen in my life.
massive trousers on.
MC Hammer, eat your heart out.
A lot of the wrestlers have really been doing that 10 punch thing, haven't they?
Yeah. It's kind of a staple of early 90s though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You don't see it so much now.
I wonder who the first person to do it was. Oh, he skinned the cat.
Oh, he did. Skinned the cat. Didn't do him any favours though. He got drop kick
No.
over by Perfect anyway. There you go. They're yelling at each other again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you
fucking
did,
madness, isn't
Monsoon.
it?
It's such a weird commentary dynamic. If you had to, what would be your ideal three-man commentary team? Because I think two's a bit much.
Whoa, okay.
Hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the meantime, we got number 13, Samu.
Isn't that Jacob Fatu's
I
dad?
think so.
Can I pick any from any
Yeah,
time?
yeah. It doesn't have to be the same people. But if you were like a dream team here,
Right. Brain,
yeah.
Heyman,
Oh yeah. A
and
lot of people forget that Heyman was a commentator.
JR.
JR's definitely in mine. I liked King, but I think he bounced off JR better. That would be why. You've convinced me on Heyman, actually. I hadn't considered that. The third one's tough.
Hmm.
Because Monsoon would be a good addition. Heenan would be a good addition.
Ooh,
Ventura would be a good
Yeah,
addition.
I literally just thought of that, yeah.
I mean, you can't ignore Cole either.
Yeah, I did think about
The amount
Cole.
of longevity that man's had.
Yeah, tough one, isn't it? I'm gonna stick with mine.
I think I would take Cole. I mean, I'm a bit heavy on the play-by-play stuff there, but I think that works. I think just having Heyman as your colour,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, then we won't have Jesse factually telling us things that are happening in the ring.
Yeah, I'm telling you exactly what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse.
Samu is coming to the ring. Thank you, Jesse.
I hadn't noticed.
Right.
Number 14 is the Berserker.
The Berserker.
Big dude, look at him.
Or, as I'd like to think, someone trying to do a Bruiser Brody impression.
Yeah, a bit. Got the beard and the hair.
Yeah, but he's got the fluffy boots on and all sorts.
Oh, yeah.
He even came out going like fucking
Yeah.
this, like shouting.
Call him Fake Bruiser.
Whoa!
There we go. Yeah, Mr. Perfect eliminates Lawler. DiBiase trying his hardest to eliminate Perfect.
God, look at that.
And there you go. You got Lawler interfering, but because he didn't get in the ring, it's okay. But everybody,
He's trying to get Hennig out, yeah.
and the rest are trying to stop it because Lawler's getting involved. But it makes no difference. Perfect's still eliminated.
Yeah, Berserker even like walks like Brody.
Yeah, but he's so much bigger than the other guys in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Random thought as well, because this again leads back to our complete lack of knowledge on the Anoa'i family tree. Samu looks a bit like Solo. So they might be... because he's not the Usos' dad, but I'm guessing closer to that part of the family than we thought. And now we're at 15.
Lawler just looks at him and goes,
It's the Undertaker. Bear is there with his urn. It said children higher up.
Yeah, Lance Anoa'i.
Lance. Okay.
Fucking outright.
With the bloody Anoa'i family tree, man. Yeah, I'm not going to apologise for not knowing it, because Jesus Christ, that's a lot to remember. Undertaker has eliminated Samu, by the way. And Berserker and Backlund are on the outside, but neither have been eliminated.
So Samu is here.
There's Yokozuna and Rosie and Roman Reigns. Undertaker has eliminated Tenaru. Yeah. Virgil is also eliminated, by the way.
Oh no.
Whatever shall we do? So it's Undertaker, the one who clears house.
Even though he's smaller than the Berserker.
I don't know if he is.
I think he is, you know.
I don't know if they face up. Number 16, Terry Taylor. You're just imagining him with that red hair.
I'm trying not to. I'm really trying not to. Terry, he was so good. If you go back and watch like any old WCW stuff, he was so good, and he always looks so good as well. But it was
it doesn't matter because he's gone, along with Kofi.
Right, I'm gonna
thanks
stop-
to DiBiase.
Stop trying to convince you how good he is. Then, well, they must square up because they're the only two ones standing. Oh, DiBiase's up. Okay.
It's only so he can take a clothesline on his way out. There we go. Now Undertaker and Berserker are the last ones.
Yeah, Berserker's taller than Taker. Look.
Wow. We don't know what's under that fluff. There could be some lifts in those boots.
Yeah, true.
Oh, God, don't headbutt him like that, Berserker.
That
Blimey.
that camera was doing no favours. Oh, my God.
Look who it is. Who is that? It is Giant Gonzalez coming down to the ring. Not an official participant.
Oh! Last time we had Gonzalez on the show, we were talking about how there must have been a discussion on the airbrush suit of what do we do with the crotch?
Yeah.
And it just zoomed in on it. There's just nothing there.
His furry crotch.
Yeah, look, there it is.
Oh, wow. He's way up at breakfast. So Gonzalez got in the ring just as Undertaker is eliminating the Berserker. And you want to talk about people who dwarf the Undertaker. Fuck the Berserker.
He is absolutely massive, isn't he?
Who's coming out? I'm trying to remember who comes out next.
Someone comically small.
They wait.
Oh, right, so it's supposed to
they
be
wait.
Gonzalez.
No, it's not. He's not an official entrant. He just came in.
Oh.
And no one bothered to stop him, because why would you?
That suit is the craziest thing, because you can see the folds of it in the back.
Yeah. So Undertaker is eliminated thanks to Giant Gonzalez. So now no one is in the ring. There are currently no participants in the 1993 Royal Rumble.
Look at the size of him compared to the
there
rest.
It's Demento is the 17th entrant. He's waiting his fucking turn. And I can't say I blame him.
I mean, there's no need to wait. Like,
He doesn't want to fuck with Gonzalez and ruin his chance at WrestleMania. I don't blame him. I'd stay outside the ring.
What is he doing? Trying to drag him out of the corner?
I think he is. So he doesn't have to lean in and drag him out. And we got number 18.
To IRS.
That's IRS.
Yeah.
Take their time, though. Him and Jimmy Hart. Who the fuck is that man in the suit trying to yell at Giant Gonzalez? The fuck do you think you are?
Yeah, I got no idea.
I mean, the refs are trying, but I wouldn't bother.
To this day, I will not understand why they put him in that bodysuit. It is mental.
Yep. What would you put him in?
I mean, I don't know. Like a singlet?
Yeah.
I imagine that was done because he might not have the best physique in the world.
Well, what did he wear in WCW?
I think it was just like a basketball outfit.
Yeah.
Like long shorts.
I mean, that's not much better.
No. Like like a singlet.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Bob Backlund is not eliminated. He's still here.
What?
That old man did not get eliminated.
Oh.
I think he rolled out under the bottom rope
Okay.
when he was fighting with the Berserker.
Taker's just still lay in the corner, look.
Yeah. He's resting in peace.
It's a Tatanka.
Tatanka, number 19. There you go. You got your red hair.
Runs past Terry Taylor in the back. You fucking bastard.
Paul Bearer trying to revive the Undertaker with the power
excuse
of
me,
the
trying?
I mean, it's barely working.
The power of the urn! Oh, yeah, no, I forgot to be awake.
Oh, yeah, it's the urn that's waking me up, not your fucking voice, Paul.
Stop being so shrill. What a weird gimmick. What a weird gimmick.
If it wasn't the Undertaker, it would just be oh so camp.
Yeah.
Like, he would fit in perfectly in Rocky Horror. Paul Bearer
Yeah,
would.
it would.
Imagine Paul Bearer doing a fucking time warp.
Jesus Christ. That big beast. Brain says.
That's one way to call Gonzalez, isn't it?
Demento's hair.
Is it hair?
That's interesting, isn't it?
It's like you've stapled a dead cat to the back of his head.
Yeah.
All right, time for number 20. It's Nasty Boy number 2.
Oh, good.
Got a bunch of sort of unknowns here now. So it's only a matter of time.
Unknowns?
In comparison to some of the people you
Oh,
can
yeah.
imagine in a Royal Rumble.
Undercard guys.
Yeah.
I think you meant to say,
Yeah, I mean, Tatanka. I only know of Tatanka because he made a comeback during the Ruthless Aggression era
it was
for
weird,
a couple of
wasn't it?
months.
Really strange.
And being the naive teenager, I was just like, oh, who's this up-and-comer?
I mean, Backlund is Bob Backlund.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
it.
Demento,
Nah.
and then IRS. I mean,
It's probably more famous for being Bray's dad.
I was gonna
at
say,
this
his children are
point.
more famous than he is at
Bray
this
and
point.
Bo's dad, yeah.
Backlund, of course, yeah, but the others.
I don't know. Nasty Boys.
We don't know which one's which, Jack.
Yeah, you got a point, haven't you?
It's Typhoon. One half of the natural disasters.
Is Earthquake in this as well?
Sure is.
Sweet. Backlund's just carrying IRS around in the background, look.
He's a special kind of strong, is Backlund, though.
Sorry, did they just say Tatanka's got tomahawk chops?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I mean, no one in there's winning, are they? Let's be honest. Except maybe Backlund.
Yeah, Backlund's the only feasible winner there, isn't he? IRS picking a fight with Typhoon? I wouldn't.
Did he wrestle in a tie?
Yeah. He's the IRS. And here comes number 22.
Jesus, we're up to 22
We're
already.
up to 22. And it's Fatu.
Is that Rikishi?
I don't know. It might be. I wasn't going to say it. I did think it when I first watched it, though.
I'm going to look it up because I'm fairly sure it is.
That could very well be a very young Rikishi. There's a lot less ass on him this time, though, if it is.
Oh, it is Rikishi.
There you go.
There we go. Oh, you can see it now, can't you? Now the camera's zoomed in.
And that still wouldn't make it, like, sure. Backlund's still getting in on the action. Now it's time for number 23. Here's your boy, Earthquake.
He's probably like 27 there, which is...
Immediately attacks Typhoon.
No storyline to that. They just sort of came out of nowhere.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Oh, right, fair enough. No one's making a big deal of it.
If it was me, I'd have eliminated everybody and then started on my partner, but don't say that, Heenan.
They love pounding on each other.
Apparently they love pounding on each other.
It's a shame my always pounding ass t-shirt hasn't turned up yet. Oh, no.
Oh, Christ.
I haven't bought a... Oh, God.
Typhoon's gone, thanks to Earthquake.
Is that... Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to portray here. He comes in, fights him, eliminates him, and then goes...
like,
oh!
what?
Oh!
Maybe he's just disappointed. It was just a personal contest between the two. You know, like how in the original Owen Hart tournament, in the first round, it was Harwood versus Wheeler. Like that. That's what I'm imagining. Like, just a bet where the best man win, and they just go for each other.
Yeah.
All right, number 24. It's Carlos Colon.
Because his forehead absolutely
It looks
scarred
pretty
up,
mashed, yeah.
There's a lot of people in that ring.
There are.
Funny that. Wonder if it's by design. When there's 5 people left. 4 people left? 5 people left. 4 people left?
6 people left.
6 people left. Close.
I should have let you keep going.
Close, yeah. No, you were right to stop me when you did.
4, 5. Carlos Colon has eliminated Demento. Oh, Backlund's taking a fucking beating, isn't he?
Did someone else get eliminated, did it?
Not according to my list. Time for number 25. It's Tito Santana. I can tell, just from your body language, you're disappointed if it's not a huge man.
Yeah.
You go, oh, who is it? Oh, that's a normal sized wrestler.
Yeah. Oh, someone just went out.
Yeah, it was Fatu, eliminated by Backlund.
Okay. Yeah, I want a giant man to come out, and I already know who it's going to be because I glanced over at your notes.
Yeah, don't glance
and
at the
I
notes.
saw it.
Don't glance at the notes.
I saw a big name, literally. Yeah, Backlund's been in there a while now, hasn't he?
He sure has. After a guy's been pounding on you.
That would make me tired.
That would make me tired for sure.
What does that mean? When Backlund's been in there so long, When he started, his shoes were up to his knees.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. What is wrestling commentary without stretched metaphors?
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Right. What is happening there?
Earthquake's trying to eliminate Carlos Colon.
He's just held him upside down for ages.
Yeah. I think I saw that in the Kama Sutra somewhere. Blimey.
Crikey.
Okay, 26. It's not a big man.
It's Rick Martel.
Yes.
Looking extra shiny.
And extra bronze. Like, he's more tan than Tito Santana.
Yeah.
Oh, and Earthquake eliminates the IRS.
Earthquake shoving a nasty boy around. Go on, slap him. Slap the piss out of him.
Quite a matchup, isn't it?
Yeah, there's still no one in there that's going to win, is there? Really?
No, again, Backlund's the only feasible name.
Yeah. How many? What number are we up to?
27 is
27 is next. What's the magic number again? Is it 28?
27's the magic number.
Okay. I think I know who it's going to be.
Yeah, I think you can guess.
Yeah,
here's
there
your
we
big
go.
man.
Yeah.
It's Yokozuna.
Awesome. He's going to win as well.
And we talk about 27
Yeah.
being the lucky number. I think number 1 has overtaken that now.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I know of at least 4 winners from number 1, including women's rumbles.
Right. Ray.
He was number 2.
Okay, Benoit.
Yep.
Michaels.
Yep.
Michaels?
Yeah, no, Michael's only did it once.
Okay.
From number 1.
Asuka.
Nope. I can only remember one woman who won from number 1.
Lynch.
Nope.
No, who's won the female ones? I can't remember.
Lynch has won a female one, but she was number 30 when she won.
Ah, right.
I
don't know, actually.
Tatanka has been eliminated by Yokozuna.
Yeah, I can't think of any more then. Just, Benoit, Michaels. Yeah.
They are recent rumbles as well, so... Colon has been eliminated by Yokozuna. The names you're looking for are Edge
Oh, God. Yeah.
and Rhea Ripley.
Fair play.
Yokozuna versus Earthquake.
Earthquake, John Tenta, was a legit sumo wrestler in Japan. So, and I know Yokozuna's not Japanese.
Of course.
Before someone comments on it. But yeah, it would have been interesting to see them properly go.
Unstoppable force, immovable object.
Yeah.
We're at number 28.
No, we don't care. There's 2 big men.
It's Owen Hart as well.
Oh, for God's sake.
But the big men are a bigger deal, obviously.
Yeah. Look at that. Even in 93, the crowd are going mad just for 2 big men slapping the piss out of each other.
You are constantly asking for 2 big men to beat the piss out of each other.
They're the best matches.
And
Yokozuna
eliminates Earthquake. And now he's gassed.
Yeah, he's fucked, isn't he, now?
Yep. I mean, in fairness, though, eliminating Earthquake from a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I'd take it out of me, I'd say.
Owen the Heart, did they just call him?
I think so.
Why is he wearing Aladdin trousers?
He's got to stay 1 jump ahead. Time for number 29. It's the Repo Man.
Get thrown out immediately.
I'd say nothing.
It's not a very star-studded rumble, is it?
Not particularly, no.
It's a bit weird, this one.
In retrospect, the undercard is definitely the higher point of the whole show.
Yeah, a bit strange. You know, if I was Yokozuna and I'd just sit down. Be like,
good luck.
Yeah, go on.
I'm £600. You're not even going to get me to
Do
stand
something.
up. Here you go. Everyone else is trying to eliminate Yokozuna.
No, he's winning. Don't be silly.
You sure about that?
Yeah?
You haven't seen who number 30 is?
I haven't. I mean, out of everyone in the ring.
Only 2 of them have been world champion, so yeah.
So this is number 30, is it?
This is number 30. It's Randy Savage.
Okay.
You're hoping for something really underwhelming.
No, that was what I was hoping for.
So what's amazing here is that Hogan's not on this card.
Yeah, because I was trying to work out when he'd be on, but this is post steroid trial,
Yes.
isn't it? So he's in WCW.
No,
at this time.
He didn't jump to WCW until a bit later.
Okay, interesting.
Yokozuna eliminates Santana.
What's Repo Man got on his top? Is that like tire marks?
Oh, Owen Hart eliminates the other nasty boy. I can see his tights. I can't see his top at the moment.
Sags, Brian Sags, they said.
Oh, there you go.
Jerry Sags.
Yes.
Oh, come on, Owen.
Oh, Owen, skin that cat. There you go. It's tire marks.
What?
That's what's on Repo Man's. Apparently, he runs himself over.
Fair enough.
Yokozuna eliminates Owen Hart.
Oh my God.
I think he breaks his knees on the way out. Wow, what a flip. Savage eliminates Repo Man. We're down to our final 4.
One of those is not like the other.
Backlund really sandbagging for Martel.
Opie, did you just call him?
I don't know why he's calling him Opie.
They must be that must be an inside joke, taking a piss how old Backlund is.
Maybe. But, and Backlund eliminates Martel. Backlund makes the final 3. Oh, that's the wrong one of those two to pick a fight with, Bob. Not Yokozuna.
I don't know. Backlund's been in there over an hour. Yokozuna's been in there, 5 minutes? So they're probably just as tired as each other.
Yeah. And then there's Savage, who's on the floor. And Backlund gives up a fucking good fight with these drop kicks. But it's not enough.
Whee!
Backlund is eliminated by Yokozuna. That sets a record for Iron Man in the Rumble at this point.
Yeah.
That record would stand for 11 years before a certain somebody won the Rumble from number 1.
Benoit.
Yeah. He was the one who beat that record.
And then Ray took it off. Ray
them.
took it then, didn't he?
Yeah.
From number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he just looking into the camera and shouting Samoa?
You're Japanese, mate!
You're supposed to be Japanese!
Oh, shit, yeah.
Does Ray still have the record?
I don't think so. I feel like it's been beaten.
Yeah.
Finn might have it.
Didn't Jericho have a...
He's got the overall. I know Jericho's got the overall time in Rumble record.
Oh, right. Over...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
If you add it all together, Jericho's been in a Rumble the longest time. Yeah, I'm not sure who has the longest run. Oh, it's got to be in the 50-man. It's got to be in the Greatest Royal Rumble, surely. Or in the 40-man one.
Brian.
Oh, yeah, it was the Greatest Royal Rumble, yeah. 76 minutes.
It says here, Brian...
Oh, Benoit didn't do it.
And then
Benoit,
yeah. I thought that Ray...
I feel like he did.
Oh, I tell you what it was. It was around the time where they were just ignoring Benoit. So when Ray was in there, they were like, oh, he's got the record, and just scrubbed.
It was before his
Benoit.
death, though.
Benoit?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. 2006 was Mysterio's win. I think 2007 was when Benoit passed.
Oh, I've got no idea then.
Because Ray was doing it on Eddie's behalf. Wasn't he?
Yeah,
So it was
no,
only a
you're
few months
right,
after Eddie
yeah.
passed.
Because he was... Oh, fucking hell, I don't know then.
But even then, the record stood for over 10 years.
Yeah.
So they didn't ignore it that much. Oh, Savage up top trying to get Yokozuna off his feet.
Oh, yeah, there's Savage's bold spot that we've spoke about before. I never noticed it before.
No.
And now it's all I can see. Look how sweaty Yokozuna is.
Nice belly to belly from Yokozuna. And Mr. Fuji egging him on. Bobby Heenan exhausting the last of his Japanese there.
Someone's trying to get a USA chant on the go.
Just because Fuji's waving that flag.
Oh, here's the USA chant
There
coming
you
up.
go.
Like, yeah.
Don't sell it.
One more, he says. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, no. Savage got out of the way.
Yeah,
oh, my
you don't
God.
repeat moves. We've been over this.
Oh, imagine that. Oh, no.
And Yokozuna's fallen over. The elbow drop from Savage.
Oh, doesn't he go for a pin? Yeah,
that does it.
Oh, man. I only realised what happened right at the end. Completely forgot
Yokozuna
about
wins
it.
the 1993 Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I remember now, because it made Savage look really stupid.
Yep. And you remember the events of the WrestleMania that followed?
Yeah, Hogan.
Yokozuna beats
yeah.
Bret Hart for the title, and then Hogan immediately gets a shot and wins.
To save America.
Yeah, to save America. Oh, fuck off, Julius Caesar. Oh, and Cleopatra, excuse me, but fuck off to Julius Caesar.
Wasn't the most exciting Rumble in the world, was it? But
No.
it definitely happened.
Oh, it happened.
And he's still looking into the camera, shouting Samoa.
Yeah.
Oh, they've edited it out. Look, you can't hear it.
Oh, we heard it earlier. It's a bit late for that.
The pomp and pageantry.
Everyone going home, beat the traffic. And now we get the highlight reel.
Yeah, yeah.
Thoughts?
I mean, yeah.
The undercard was pretty solid.
Yeah, like you said, it's one of those where the undercard was better than the actual Rumble. And the undercard wasn't even really that good either.
No.
But we got to see a Scott Hall match, so
Yeah,
I'm
I'll take
happy.
that 100%. Anyway, thank you so much for watching or listening to us talk over Royal Rumble 1993.
This early 90s sax music
I'm
over
going to
the...
let him vibe. I'm going to let him vibe as I do my outro.
Yeah, man.
Give us a like, a follow, a subscribe, depending on where you are. Comment, let us know what you think of this episode and what other pay-per-views you'd like us to cover in future episodes. Until next time.